Hello everyone, we're Team 9 and we're going to be talking about American constructors and the triple constraint equilibrium problem they were experiencing, specifically scheduling. Now, the key challenges. We think that the main dilemma was the fact that they accepted a project due date of December 14th, 2009. The root cause of the problem was the fact that there was a change in the schedule without having a change or revision in the budget or the scope. Now, we recommend they try 3 different approaches to fix this problem. We think with the 3 approaches, there will be a triple constraint equilibrium, as well as maintaining high quality and high team morale. Now I'm going to give it off to Dimitri, who's going to talk about the 3 different techniques.
Thanks, Nick. So the first technique that we recommend for ACI is leveraging schedule flow. And basically what this means is taking resources from non-critical path items and moving them to the critical path so that we can decrease the total duration of the project. Now, with leveraging schedule flow does come some risks. The first of which is that resources must be of the same work type. So for example, I cannot take an electrician and put him on a plumbing job because these 2 require different skill sets. The other risks are involved with law of diminishing returns. So for example, if I have 2 or 3 teams on a project, I optimize my productivity. But I have more than that, then we start to get too cluttered and per capita productivity decreases. So in order to bypass these risks, we're proposing having no more than 3 teams on a task and also continuing to inspect tasks in order to make sure productivity is optimized and that we have enough flow before we start reallocating resources. And specifically, we recommend this for drywall, carpeting, and hard title because they're all critical task items. The second technique that we recommend ACR consider is overtime, which includes overtime during the week, adding an additional 4 hours to each shift, and weekend overtime, which is an extra 8-hour shift on Saturday and Sunday. Now, some of the risks associated with week and weekend overtime include extra payment. In most states, you have to pay time and a half after 40 hours, as well as decreased productivity or morale after the 8th hour of work, which could lead to rework or even accidents on the work site. So in order to bypass some of these risks, we recommend using overtime sparingly. We only plan to use it 1 week in the project. And we also recommend continuing to supervise employees after their normal 8-hour shift and also keeping regular breaks in order to help fight fatigue and keep morale up. And we specifically recommend using overtime for the tasks of drywall, hard ceilings, carpeting, and window surround. And by allocating overtime hours in our first week of the project, we can pull all critical and non-critical overtime tasks forward by using overtime in as little departments as possible. So the third technique that we recommend for ACI is fast tracking. What fast tracking involves is taking 2 tasks that are normally in sequence and moving them in parallel with each other. So some of the risks involved with fast tracking is that you run the risk of slowing the project down, because by doing certain projects in the design and construction phase simultaneously, we run the risk of forgetting minor details or having to go back and do rework because of low quality, because of running 2 operations in parallel to each other. So we plan to bypass these risks by fast tracking only simple items that can be done at the same time, as well as clearly monitoring the fast track items to make sure that our quality is up and that we don't have to do rework later in the task. And our specific recommendations for this project are fast tracking millwork, wood flooring, seats, carpeting, and masonry, because all the preceding tasks for these items can be done in parallel with these tasks.
So with the 3 approaches used, we reach our final outcome. For the results, we're going to see a reduction in schedule from January 25th, 2010 to December 24th, 2009. Secondly, we're going to maintain project equilibrium between scope, schedule, and budget. And finally, we expect to see no loss in quality or morale. With that, we're going to keep our brand integrity, and finally, we make it for the holidays. So, Merry Christmas, everybody.